I think there are way too many people out there that spend too much time focusing on their problems and not enough time focusing on the solutions to those problems. The other day, I was at a local university and was watching a bunch of college kids that were graduating, and they were presenting to the rest of their team about their internships over the last couple of months. And one kid stood out over the others, and this kid went in the amount of depth that he went into about his certain subject. It was very impressive. But somewhere in the middle of his presentation, he started talking about some of the hardships that he's had over the course of his life, and specifically 2 years ago when he was diagnosed with autism. Now, it was evident to me that he was on the spectrum. This kid had the ability to go so deep and get so he could geek out about something that I find extremely boring, but it was so exciting to him. Like, that's that kid's superpower. That kid doesn't know it yet, but he's going to go on in life and do great things because of that autism. He's got a superpower. That's what his focus should be on, not like the traumatic event of finding out that he had autism. But man, just dwell on what's going right. A couple months back, I was reading this book called "You Are the Placebo," and that was a book about changing your mindset. We could all use a little bit of that, especially when you're going through some stuff. And in that book, they talked about a couple of cases where people were diagnosed with cancer and then died relatively quickly. Most of them, like 2 to 3 months later, would die. And the problem is, whenever they did the autopsy, they realized it was a mistake. They didn't have cancer, yet they still died. So, why is that? I feel like they gave up, right? They focused too much on the problem and not enough time on the solution to the problem. People ask me all the time, like, what am I doing right? Like, how have I been able to live this long? And I don't really know. But I can tell you I don't dwell on the problem. Never had a pity party, right? I'm not a victim. I'll get through this. I spend my time focusing on how to fix the problem.